What is happening, people? Thank you very much for stumbling along this video. This is the very first episode of the MMA quiz show. This is a brand new channel I've created. It's a brand new idea for the world of MMA. I want to bring a consistent game show where fighters and MMA content creators come on and battle against each other to top the leaderboard. As I said, this is a brand new channel, so if you've stumbled across this video, please hit the subscribe button. Even wait until after the episode. Let's see if you enjoy it. Hit the subscribe button. If you do enjoy it, also drop a comment. Tell your friends about this new channel. I'm going to be posting regular content with fighters and the top MMA content creators, so make sure and like, subscribe and hit the bell so you get a notification when the next episodes come out. My name is Brandon Warke and I'm going to be the host for the quiz show, and before I introduce today's guest, the very first guest on the MMA quiz show, I want to give you a rundown on the rules. So in each episode we're going to keep it very consistent the whole way through. There's going to be 5 rounds in 5 different categories, all MMA based questions, but they all come with a slightly different twist. The rounds are tenable style, so this means there will be 10 correct answers for every round. The contestant will get 2 lives per round, so if they give 2 wrong answers, the round is over and they have to move on to the next one. So a round's over if they give 2 wrong answers, or if the 5-minute timer goes up before they have given all of their answers, or if they get 10 correct answers, they can also move on to the next round. A player at any time, if they don't know any more answers and they don't want to get any more wrong, they can pass the rest of the round and move on and take whatever points they've got. In terms of the scoring, 1 point is awarded for every correct answer. So if a player gets 8 out of 10 correct answers in a round, that's 8 points. If a player gets 10 correct answers, so if they get all 10 answers without losing their 2 lives and within the 5-minute timer, within a round, they get double points, so they will be awarded 20 points for that round. Today's guest is someone who helped me plant the seed for this idea. He is a good friend of mine, Mr. Dan Evans. He is a MMA journalist for Combat Sports UK, so make sure and go and check out his work. He's an MMA fanatic. He has a wealth of knowledge, so I'm very, very excited to see how he gets on in episode 1 of the MMA quiz show. Now, let's get into the first episode.
Shut up and sit down.
Mr. Dan Evans, welcome to the MMA quiz show. What is the crack, my friend?
All good here for yourself? How are you?
Yes, not too bad, not too bad. Looking forward to getting this first episode underway. How do you think you're going to do here? In the intro, I spoke about the wealth of knowledge you have on MMA and particularly UFC, so I've created a pretty big picture for you here.
Yeah, we're not playing up that much. I don't think I'm going to do too well, but look, it's a benchmark. That's what I'll be setting today.
It's a benchmark. That's exactly what you're doing. You're setting the first score that everyone else has to beat. We'll kick off with round 1, which in this episode is going to be in the National Pride category. So the question is, Dan, the 5 minutes have started. 10 UK-born fighters with the most UFC fights. Let's hear it.
10 UK fighters, most UFC fights.
Michael Bisping. UK-born fighters. I'll add that caveat in there. Michael Bisping is number 1 with 29 UFC fights, 20-9 record.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Right. Only been around forever. Nathaniel Wood.
Nathaniel Wood is not the correct answer.
Right, it was... See, if Bisping's 29, we've got loads on there. I've got to think a while ago now. Darren Till.
Darren Till. Also not on the list. That's your 2 lives, Dan. That's your 2 lives. I was expecting more out of you there. I'm not going to lie. You're going to kick yourself. You got 1 Wood. There was another Wood in there. Joanne Wood at number 5 with 17 UFC fights. Ross Pearson, of course, legend of the game, 26 UFC fights. This is why I threw in the UK-born caveat, because I would never have thought of this one. Alistair Overeem, 20 UFC fights. Paul Craig. What about Paul Craig?
Yeah.
19 UFC fights, about to make his 20th. Brad Pickett, the coach of Nathaniel Wood,
Yeah.
One Punch. He has 14 UFC fights. Danny Robert has 14 UFC fights. Darren Stewart, also 14 UFC fights. Molly McCann, 14 UFC fights. And the final one coming in there is Dangerous Davy Grant, still out there doing his thing with 13 UFC fights. Leon Edwards, I thought you were going to say him, Jamaican born, of course, so he wasn't on the list, but he is.
I got that from the UK born
UFC
title.
fights.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, yeah.
Him and Alistair Overeem were the two wee caveats, the two wee trick ones in there.
Okay.
Per start, Dan, I'm not going to lie, but we've got plenty of rounds here. They pull it back. We'll move on to round 2, which is the stats and records round. So, your question for this one: name 10 UFC fighters who hold the record for the fastest finishes. These are all under 10 seconds. Some tough names in here. This is quite a hard one.
Right, okay. Well, I got 2 off the top of my head. So, alright, Masvidal.
Yes, of course, still the fastest that knockout against Ben Askren in 5 seconds.
Yeah. Go for Leon Edwards.
You've got Leon Edwards in there. That's a good answer, and it's a correct answer. Leon Edwards, when he took on Seth Batchke, 9 seconds. 8 seconds, sorry, that one was. Always forget about that one.
This is so much harder than the last round, and I flopped it on the last round, so I did. Masvidal and Edwards was straight in my head, and then other than that, this finishes. It could be
I'll give you a
anyone.
clue. There's one. I'll say Steamroller.
Oh, in Matt Favola, yeah.
Who was it?
Terence McKinney.
Terence McKinney and Matt Favola. Good answer. That was in 7 seconds. That's one of the more recent ones. Some of these are very, very difficult. You've got the 3 there that I probably would have got.
Oh. Are they in time order?
Yep.
So I'm looking at like 6-second finishes here.
You're looking at, there's 1 6-second finishes, multiple 7s, multiple 8s, and 2 9s.
Yeah, I'm absolutely stumped on this.
This is the most difficult one in this whole quiz. You'll be glad to hear.
I'm going just heavyweights in my head. Rosenstruck.
Rosenstruck is a correct answer. Yes. Good answer, Jorginho Rosenstruck. He was 9 seconds, just peeping in there at the bottom of the list.
That's the thing, do I just stick with heavyweights now? Because it's got to be. I've seen Jake Collier get finished about 1,000 times in about 20 seconds, but has he been finished by someone sooner? I'm just going to stick some names out there. Who's some fast finishers?
We've got 2 minutes left in the round.
No, I'll just chuck a name out. Long-standing. Andrei Arlovsky.
Andrei Arlovsky is not on the list. You've got 1 life left. Do you want to use it?
No, I'll take the 4.
You're going to take your points. I do not know how you got 4 in that round and 1 in the round before, but you'll take it because that round was so much harder. So much harder. So we move on to round number 3, which is the fighter focus round. Expecting big scores here. Name the 10 fighters that Conor McGregor has defeated in the UFC. There are exactly 10 in no particular order.
Okay. Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz, of course, in the rematch. Correct answer.
Jose Aldo.
Jose Aldo, that 13-second knockout. That nearly made it onto the list before.
Donald Cerrone.
Cowboy Cerrone is a correct answer.
Eddie Alvarez.
Eddie Alvarez, one of my favourite Conor McGregor performances.
Chad Mendes.
Chad Mendes, another great performance from Conor McGregor. And they're at number 10.
Dustin Poirier.
Dustin Poirier, of course, the first fight. Dustin Poirier is 2-1 over the Mac, counting that leg break.
Oh. What was that first name? Right, well, Max Holloway.
Max Holloway, good answer. A lot of people forget about that fight, don't they?
I nearly did. I'm trying to think of the guy's first his name was David. Is it Brimage or...
Brimage, good answer. Marcus Brimage in there at number 9. We have 2 left. I forgot to tell you a rule before. If you get all 10 answers, it's double points. So we're on for double points here, Dan.
Two more. I'm just trying to remember like fights and everything.
If I say UFC Dublin, does that give you any clues?
I'll give you a clue. I know that. I won't give you one. Come on. I'm just trying to think. I'm just what I can see. I think I'm hit a wall at 8. I can't. Come on. Yes. I genuinely think I might. I'll use one of my lives because I'll just chuck a name out. Brazilians just keep popping in my head, and I don't know why. I'm just like.
I'll give you a clue. Conor McGregor did fight a Brazilian in Dublin.
Okay. I know I'm gonna lose my list. Right, Nimbo.
Henan. Who did you say? Sorry, Henan Barrow.
Yeah. No, I didn't think so. I'll take the 8 because I hit a wall.
You'll take the 8. So Conor McGregor in Dublin.
Yeah.
In a UFC fight night, he fought Diego Brandao.
I knew it was.
I knew you knew that one. I knew you knew that one.
It was like.
And then,
that's why Barrow was in my head because I was like, I know it's a name like it.
Yeah, and then the other one, you think of a pretty bad beating Conor McGregor put on him, Dennis Silver.
Oh, what? Yeah.
8 points for that round, Dan. You're going well. You've recovered well
it.
since round number 1. You'll definitely take that.
Yeah, I got shafted with that first round. I say that.
So the next round is in the champions and divisions category. Name the last 10 UFC bantamweight champions, including interims. If they've had 2 stints, they're on it twice. So I want you to say their name twice if they're on it twice.
Oh, so I won't just use up 2 slots. So. Brilliant. Right, Merab Dvalishvili.
Yes, of course, defended his title against Sean O'Malley at the weekend.
Sean O'Malley. Aljamain Sterling.
Aljamain Sterling, I like the way you're going here. Come back in chronological order. Who did Aljamain Sterling get the belt off?
Petr Yan.
Petr Yan.
Now we were just rolling into walls now. I just say the ones off the top of my head. So Dominic Cruz.
Dominic Cruz is on the list.
Cody Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt also on the list.
TJ Dillashaw.
TJ Dillashaw had the title in 2014.
Is this interesting? Am I saying Petr Yan again? Is that what I'm saying?
I don't know, are you? I'll give you a clue. The 2... So there's 3 answers left. One of them has had 1 stint, and the other 2 are already on the board.
The other 2 are on the board. Is it Dominic Cruz again?
Dominic Cruz again, yes. Good answer. Coming in there at number 10.
Okay. Who held it whilst he was away? Who did he come back and beat? Oh. Henan Barrow?
Henan Barrow falls just outside. Just outside. He held it in 2014 and Dominic Cruz beat him in 2016. So if there was 11 answers, he'd be 11th. So I'm going to have to give you one of them for that. We're down to 1 life. You've got this, Dan. Think hard. Think hard. You're missing You're missing someone. You're missing someone. I don't want to say anything.
I can tell I'm missing someone. I know that.
Yeah. Also held a title in another division.
I've just thought of him. Yeah. Triple C, Henry Cejudo.
Triple C. Yes, we've got one left. One life left as well. So the answer you're looking for is already on the board. Out of these guys, who has had 2 stints apart from Dominic Cruz?
DJ Dillashaw.
Yes. Go on, Dan. 10 out of 10. That's 20 points. That's a double pointer.
Just about.
Squeezed it in there with 1 life left. That's good. That's good for boosting the old points up there.
Yes, no, exactly.
So, the wild card round, always my favourite round. I like this question. It's quite a recent one. I think you'll get good answers because we've done a podcast on this. Name the 10 fighters who fought on the UFC 300 main card.
So all on the main. Oh my god! Right, right. We're going Pereira Hill. Jamal Hill.
Of course, the main event.
Lopez. And it's that one, isn't it? No, is it that one?
Give one answer at a time, because if you give 2 correct or 2 incorrect answers, that's your lives.
Yeah. You're telling me Diego Lopez as well?
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying you might mixed up with a sphere, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking I am doing. The worst thing is, there's no poster. It's just a gold flag. So I can't even I can't even remember the poster and just go off that.
That was some quality graphic design by the UFC marketing team. Remember how long it took them to announce the main event as well? So it took an age.
Ridiculous, right. Holloway Gaethje.
Holloway Gaethje, what a moment that was. That is 2 correct answers. 4 points so far, no lives gone.
What was in that co-main slot? What was there? Was she in there? It's a female title fight. Is it a female title fight? Did they put it above? Mate, this is a bastard of a question, honestly. I'm
not asking you to go too far back into your memory here. It was April last year. I'm talking, what are we talking, 14 months?
But last year it was MMA was so much better than this year. Even 303 is in my head, and I'm like, mixing up.
I think that's where the Diego Lopez was coming from. I think that was when he stepped, or when Dan Ige stepped.
I was gonna chuck Ige, and then you've thrown me off. Zhang Weili.
Zhang Weili is the correct answer. Who did she defend their title against the UFC 300?
Yeah, that makes sense in timelines. Is it Yan Jiaonan?
Yan Jianan, the all-Chinese title fight, of course. That was on there. So you've got the BMF title fight. You've got the co-main event, which was the women's title fight, and the main event, which is the title fight. We've got 2.5 minutes left.
I'm trying to think if they've gone light heavies, because obviously Pereira's there. I know Yuri Prohashka is a big draw.
We're down to 2 minutes.
This is the thing, I feel like if I get one half of the fight, I could work out the other.
Yeah. You need to get two fighters pretty much.
Yeah.
And then you'll get the other 2 naturally.
Why can I see Jalen Turner smashing someone's head in? Why can I see that? That's because he turned his face away. Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano.
2 answers. Jalen Turner. Prelims, Dan. It was on the prelims. Are you ready for this? So we've got 6 points. That's good. That's good. It's a nice wee points booster. I'll tally up your points in a minute. You're going to kick yourself. You're going to kick yourself.
Yeah, I've accepted that.
Cody Brundage. Who do you fight? Bo Nickel.
Oh, I forgot. This is
Remember
what
the
why
uproar.
why
Remember the
are we
uproar
putting-
about this being on the main card.
What? This is what, because it's forgettable. No one cares about Bo Nickel. Honestly, I've been shafted again. Honestly,
The next one isn't quite forgettable.
no, I
Charlie
know.
Olives and Armin Sarukian.
Oh, I wiped out my memory because I was fuming at Charles lost. That's my problem.
That one didn't happen.
No.
That brings us to an end. I'll just tally up your scores. So, 1 in the first round per effort, 4 in the second, 8 in the third, which is 39 combined scores. That double pointer helped you out massively there in round 4.
Definitely. Oh,
Here,
100%.
that's a very, very good benchmark. I think people might struggle to beat that. And there were some tough ones in there, especially that round number 2 was very, very tough. The fastest finishes. There were some names I actually forgot to reveal the answers for that one. Just thinking about it now, but there were some tough names in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got Rosenstrike, Biggie boy, getting back in the UFC. That's what I say.
Biggie boy, ridiculous cut that was. Dan, thank you very much for coming on to episode
Thank
1
you.
of the MMA quiz show. I'll definitely have you back on. As I say, 39 is the score to beat. I'll have you back on to try and beat it.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
So, at the end of episode 1, let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. Of course, Dan Evans goes top with his 39 points. Who else do you want to see on this leaderboard, guys? Let me know. Drop in the comments below who you want to see, whether it's an MMA creator, whether it's a fighter. Let me know who you want to see take on the MMA quiz show. I know the audio in round 5 there started getting a wee bit crackly. I've done my best to restore it. I think I've restored it not too bad. I think it's pretty audible now. So thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the video. Make sure that if you enjoyed this video to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell so you get a notification when the next video goes live. As I've said loads of times, this is episode 1 of many. Make sure if you enjoy this to come back to the channel, follow the channel, support us on this journey, and we can go all the way to the top and get some of the biggest names in MMA on the Take On the Quiz show. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.
Shut up and sit down.